Hello, welcome back. Just a quick video for you today. I had no particular plans for any more videos for the foreseeable future, having done two this week. As I've mentioned previously, videos are just going to crop up as and when, but I thought I needed to do one today because it's Sunday afternoon, about, 2 o'clock-ish, and we've not long had the news about the long-awaited announcement of the new Doctor in Doctor Who, the 14th Doctor, taking over from Jodie Whittaker later this year, and it is Ncuti Gatwa. Now, a few things to say about this casting, this announcement. One, I quite like the fact that it's been done without fanfare. I think that that's how Russell T Davies, who of course is back showrunning the show, tends to do things. It's not about bells and whistles and special shows and announcements and trailers and so on. It's just make the announcement of who the actor is, then get on with the work and making the show. I think that's nice. It makes a change from the special fuss they tended to make with it the past few years. I don't know who Ncuti Gatwa is, and that's probably a very good thing. Ncuti Gatwa apparently is the star of Sex Education, one of the stars of Sex Education on Netflix. I've never seen Sex Education. The reason for that being it's not aimed at people with grey beards and slightly greying hair who've been watching Doctor Who since the 1960s. Ncuti Gatwa has been cast quite clearly because I suspect he gave a good audition. In the press notice, Russell T Davies says that he blew them away with his audition. And I'm sure that's true, because if you're going to play the Doctor, you're going to have to audition well. You're going to have to show you've got something to bring to the role. So I think that what they've done, and I think it's very clever, because having done a little bit of research now on Ncuti, he's very well known amongst a young audience who watch Sex Education. Apparently he's got 2.5 million Instagram followers, and that sort of thing matters these days. And I think that what he will do, his casting has automatically made Doctor Who of interest to youngsters again. It's probably made Doctor Who cool again, which, let's face it, it hasn't been since perhaps the early Matt Smith days. Because the audience has drifted away. We know that. I'm not going to go through all the arguments about Doctor Who's falling viewing figures and how it's drifted away from the public consciousness. There's a lot of reasons for that. One, the fact the show's been around since 2005. It's become an old show again. People have taken it for granted. There have been some problems in the casting and the writing. Now, I'm a fan of Jodie Whittaker. I think she's fine as the Doctor. I think she's really enthusiastic and she's got lots of energy. But there have been some issues with the writing. I can't disagree with that. I was never a fan of Stephen Moffat's era of Doctor Who. I've gone on record as saying that again and again. I'm not going to go through that again here. So I think what they've done is very cleverly tapped into the sort of the youth market, if you like, the youth appeal. Because at the end of the day, that's where the show needs to find its audience base. It's a family show. We all like it. And I think people who've watched it, I'll always watch Doctor Who. I'm always going to watch Doctor Who. But I think what they've done is cast somebody who will instantly get the attention of youngsters again. People who maybe have never watched Doctor Who, perhaps, 10-year-olds who never watched Doctor Who, although I'm not sure if they're going to be watching Sex Education. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I've never seen it, so I can't comment. And the reason I'm not seeing it is because it's one of those shows that's aimed at a specific audience, and it isn't aimed at me, so I've never watched it. I'm probably not going to watch it now because of this casting, but I think that it's a shrewd casting because it will give the show a boost in interest to an audience who wouldn't have watched it before. An audience who watched Sex Education, and it's currently on its third series with its fourth about to film, apparently. It's clearly a popular show amongst a certain demographic who like the cast and will follow the cast. And I imagine that's going to do the business for Doctor Who. So I think it's shrewd casting, despite the fact that I don't know who it is. It was clearly going to be, I think from the casting perspective, it was either going to be another woman or it was going to be a person of colour, because I think that's the world we live in these days. I'm of the era where you had your Tom Bakers and John Pertwees and so on playing the part, but it's a different world now. And shows have to be more diverse. They have to show their credentials as being open to the wider issues in the world. And I've got no particular problem who it plays. I think I was one of those who was a little bit skeptic when Jodie Whittaker came on board, but she won me over. And I know that's not a popular thing to say because there's a huge minority of, a huge minority? There's a vocal minority of people who just would not accept Jodie Whittaker, whatever she did. And it wasn't going to happen, it wasn't going to work, and they just kept on and on and on about it. I think she's done a good job. The difficult time in Doctor Who when it was just slipping out of the public consciousness. And I don't think that anything she did or Chris Chibnall did was going to turn that ship round, because the damage had been done earlier. But that's, again, a whole other issue. So, yeah, I think that's casting totally against expectation. My thought was that they might do a Christopher Eccleston type thing by casting a well-known actor that'll make people sit up and take notice. But again, the world is a different place to the one it was in 2004 when Christopher Eccleston was cast. You know, we're talking 18 years ago. The world has changed, society has changed, culture has changed, and the way that people are viewed has changed. And I think that if you cast somebody in their 30s or 40s, it's going to be a turn-off for young people. And this is what happened in the past. This is what happened with Peter Capaldi. Good as he was as the Doctor in a time when the show wasn't very good, he always gave his all for it. But a young audience isn't going to be interested in an actor in his mid to late 50s as he was at the time playing the Doctor, because there's nothing vivacious about that look. And I think that this guy will bring that to it. And as I said, I think he will bring that youth appeal back to it, because the audience who know of him will come to Doctor Who and want to see what he does. And of course, we have to mention, of course, with Russell T Davies back on board, I'm probably more excited to see what he's going to do, because when he was announced he was coming back, I was a bit, oh, that's a bit strange, because he's said for years he would never come back. But I think he's probably come back with new ideas and a new vision, the way to take the show forward into the 2020s, as he did in the 2000s. So I think it's an exciting time. So I approve of the casting. As I said, I don't know the guy. I'm not familiar with his work. So he's an open book to me. But I look forward to seeing what he brings to the show. And it's nice to have all the speculation out of the way now that we've got our new Doctor and we can let him get on with it. I believe filming is imminent, which possibly is why they've announced it now, because obviously he's going to appear in Jodie Whittaker's last episode, the anniversary episode. Next year, presumably he'll be in that as well. I don't know. But that's the announcement then. Ncuti Gatwa is our new Doctor Who for a new era. And it is a new era. It's not my era anymore. It's not the era of the creaking old fans who want certain things in certain ways. I like to think I'm a bit more open-minded than many who scream and have tantrums. I'm just happy to see what happens. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I will be back with some stuff soon. Next time you see me, this beard will go. I've been keeping this because of potential for filming commitments. I do have some filming stuff coming up, but I don't think I need the beard, so that's going to be coming off. When the next video will be, I don't know, because as I said, I'm not doing this regularly anymore. It'll just be as and when. So when there's something I've seen or something I want to talk about, there'll be a new video. Thank you for watching, and until I see you next time, hey, keep taking the stuff.